seeing those splits, you got to be either dirt poor, which most, many artists are, or really love what you do to sign those contracts. It barely looks legal. Let's talk about artist agency and why it matters. There are a few different type of record deals out there. So let's break down 5 of them to see how the money flows. Okay, so with a traditional record deal, you get an advance, but the label takes 80% of the royalties and you only get 20%. Plus, they deduct expenses like recording and marketing from your royalties. And guess what? They own the masters. So 360 deal, which we have been hearing about a lot lately, is similar to a traditional deal, but the label takes a bigger cut, 85%, and they can recoup expenses from all your income streams, not just music sales. They still own the masters. Distribution deals, sometimes you get an advance, sometimes you don't. The split is a little better with 75% to the label, 25% to the artist, and they recoup from recording and marketing costs. The good news is the artist owns the masters. Production deal, there's no advance, but a 50-50 split on royalties. They recoup from the recording costs, and the producer, not the artist, owns the masters. Profit split deal, you get an advance, a 50-50 split after recoupment, but the label owns the masters. Keep in mind that contracts are complicated and negotiable, so this might not be 100% accurate for every artist, but it gives you a general idea. I'll be honest, I never really looked at the breakdown of these deals until making this video. Seeing those splits, you got to be either dirt poor, which most, many artists are, or really love what you do to sign those contracts. It barely looks legal. It's crucial for artists to have creative control and fight for their vision, but looking at these splits, it feels like they really never had a chance. The label has so much to gain and lose that they're not willing to risk their profit for an artist's creativity. That's why independent artists are on the rise. With so many outlets today, labels aren't as essential as they used to be, but going independent is expensive.
Studios typically for a 12-hour block is $1,200. Then the session engineer is $75 to $100 an hour, so just add that up. So you do 7 sessions a week, it's $10,000 just on sessions. And then mixing anywhere from $2,500 to $10,000 a track. That's 19 tracks, so that's $100,000. Just rounding it.
Your math is impeccable, by the way.
Just rounding it.
Okay.
That's horrible math. I'm not. Just think about that. So now you already at 120, and now you gotta pay for the beats. So they're anywhere from $5,000 to $40,000 a track, depending on who you're working with. And sometimes there's multiple producers, so you gotta pay this fee, this fee, this fee, this fee, times 14, so $400,000 at the top end. So let's just say 250 plus 120. Now you're already at 300,000. That eliminates 75% of the people who are aspiring. I didn't realize how much money that it takes to actually be an artist.
Unless you have been proven to be a moneymaker, most labels won't give you creative freedom. The only real control you have is when you own your own label and masters. Easier said than done, right? That's why, I don't judge artists who use social media to break through. Sometimes that's the only way. It's just y'all be putting on the wrong people sometimes.